We invite you to bow your hearts with us as we open in a word of prayer. Thank you, Father, for today. We thank you for your grace and your mercies which continue to abound toward us. We thank you for today's proceedings. Even as we go into this afternoon's session, we thank you for your presence. We pray that there will be no technological glitches. We thank you for the technology that is available to us that permits us to have this virtual ceremony today. We thank you that all things will go well according to your good pleasure, in no other name but in Jesus' name. And we all say amen. Good day and welcome to the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association Awards Ceremony of 2022. We take this opportunity to welcome quite a number of you who are specially invited guests to our awards ceremony. Namely, I'd like to call a few of them by name. We have the Chairman of Sport, Mr. Douglas Camacho, the Minister of Sport, the Advisor, Mr. Ephraim Serret, Director of Sport and Physical Education, Mr. Gabriel McTair, the Assistant Director of Sport and Physical Education, Mr. Patrice Charles, President of Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, Mr. Brian Lewis, the General Secretary of the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, Ms. Annette Knott, President of America's Netball, Mrs. Marva Bernard, America's Netball Secretary, Dr. Bridget Adams Seeley, and a patron of the San Fernando Netball League, Mrs. Joan Yoon Williams. We take this opportunity to offer such a warm welcome as you allow us in your spaces, in your homes, live on Facebook, wherever you are logged in. We warmly welcome you.
Good afternoon to all our viewers tuned into this virtual edition of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association Awards Ceremony. My name is Douglas Camacho, and I am deputizing for the Minister of Sport and Community Development, the Honorable Shamfa Kudjo, who was unable to attend to deliver these remarks. Over the past 2 years, the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted our lives and economies in various ways, and have led some to believe that obstacles are always part of the process. Through these times, we have come to realize that we possess incredible strength, versatility, and adaptability when faced with a challenging moment. According to author Stephen Covey, we develop our character muscles by overcoming challenges and obstacles. Through the power of sport, we have naturally conditioned our minds to push against any wave of barriers with a spirit of great determination and belief in ourselves. That is where greatness is born. Once we invest time and energy doing the hard things, persevering, and pushing through, we will be rewarded with success. However, we must first believe. Believe that we can move mountains, believe that we are unbreakable, and believe that nothing is impossible. This evening's award ceremony, hosted by the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, celebrates your achievements and represents your strength to push through obstacles and barriers while never accepting defeat. This evening, we recognize the greatness and commitment of those involved in developing a sport that we all love, netball. TTNA can truly boast of developing a vibrant history as an elite sport on the national landscape. We know that through your tenacity and determination, you continue to place Trinidad and Tobago on the international landscape. We have seen many of our young national players receive opportunities through this sport, and I am very proud of their achievements. We have many talented athletes in this sport, and it will be remiss of me if I do not make special mention of two of our internationally acclaimed netballers, Samantha Wallace and Khalifa McCullin, who are both unstoppable on the court. This year, I am eagerly anticipating the Vitality Super League in the United Kingdom to witness our very own national netballer, Jamila McCarthy, play in the 2022 season and represent this nation with pride. Today, I also want to celebrate the drivers of the sport, the coaches, umpires, and administrators who play a significant role in shaping our future athletes and ensuring their success. Thank you for dedicating your time, talent, leadership, work ethic, and your passion to this sport. On behalf of the Ministry of Sport and Community Development, I wish to congratulate all the awardees for your exemplary focus and drive to conquer despite the obstacles. I also applaud the TTNA for unstintingly supporting and celebrating our athletes and sports administrators. Thank you for creating opportunities for persons to hone their skills through virtual sessions in coaching and scoring. Thank you for demonstrating resilience through one of the most tumultuous times in our nation's history. May we continue to navigate these uncertain times with positivity and collective strength. Together, let us show that Trinidad and Tobago can accomplish anything once we believe. I am confident we will continue to grow strongly into the future. Once again, congratulations to all the winners, and I wish you continued success. I thank you.
Good day, Chairman of Sport Company Trinidad and Tobago Douglas Camacho, President of Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee Brian Lewis, Director of Sport and Physical Education Gabriel McTeer, President of America's Netball Marva Bernard, President of Caribbean Netball Association Rufina Paul, key stakeholders, sponsors, respected officials, media personnel, fans, awardees, and last but not least, our highly talented, esteemed athletes. It is an immense honor for me to welcome you this evening to the Sports Awards ceremony of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, capturing 2020 and 2021. It gives me great pleasure to host this ceremony that has been observed to award the achievements of our members and athletes. This event truly showcases the commitment that our members have put into the sport, despite the onslaught of the COVID-19 pandemic. Although we were restricted to play as we know it, we got busy and worked really hard to remain engaged both locally and regionally. Our members participated in courses at the America's Netball regional level and those offered locally in coaching, umpiring, governance, and table officiating, which was offered for the first time. We pushed boundaries. We believed for it. Our athletes also participated and were successful in courses and have made us extremely proud. The lesson every student should take note of is always believe for it. Taken from the song, "This mountain can be moved. Hope is never lost. If we believe for it, we move the immovable." Today, we are here to celebrate our winners in various categories. However, we pause to reflect on those who have once labored among us to bring us to where we are. Though fallen, their labor was not in vain. Marjorie Andrews, Administrator, Barbara Chandler, Administrator, Martha Archer, Administrator, Maria Lewis, Athlete, Ostrid Archer Rochford, Administrator, fallen stalwarts in the netball community. Our special category award was named after some of our stalwarts in the sport, and a huge congratulations to all awardees and to persons who have cupped these special awards. those who have definitely set a very admiring benchmark for aspiring athletes and administrators of this association. We hope all our members and athletes continue to achieve brilliance in their respective area and also infect others with their dedication and commitment to achieve greatness. The certificates obtained at both local and regional level represents the sacrifice and tenacity of our members. And we quote from Muhammad Ali, who once said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion." End of quote. It's this kind of dedication and attitude we nurture in this association, one of resilience and tenacity, one which will hold you in great stead for the future. On behalf of the executive, I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the efforts of our volunteers, our teachers, and strategic partners for making this event a success for those who journey with us day to day, making regional connections a local product. I humbly thank you. This event would not have been possible without you. I also want to thank all the athletes, the fans, and friends for making this sports award ceremony happen at such a grand level. In the end, I would like to address those participants who, even though have not won any of the awards, but participate at any level. As we all know the old saying, it's the taking part that matters. Also, I would like to add by saying that it's never too late to start over and try again. Just believe for it.
We want to continue to make special mention of the executive of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, the president, Mrs. Sherry Ann Blackburn, first vice president of Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, Mrs. Joelle Youngstrong, the second vice president, Ms. Lisa Stanislaus, the secretary of this association, Ms. Corinne David, the assistant secretary, Mrs. Kathy Ann Mason, the treasurer, Ms. Joshelle Fortune, and the public relations officer, Ms. Abini Taylor. And without further ado, the theme for our awards ceremony is Believe for It. And at this time, we'd like to invite our young lady, Miss Victoria Griffith, who is, she hails from San Fernando. Victoria is a classically inclined soprano whose technique combines the vocal clarity and control to her classical training with the effervescence and dramatic flair of the gospel music genre. She brings this unique style to her renditions of both contemporary and pop music. With each performance, she is conscious of her role to minister, uplift, inspire, and seeks to leave the audience with a life-changing experience of this underrepresented genre. Let's now welcome Miss Victoria Griffith as she performs CeCe Winans' Believe for It.
Haven't seen what you can do.
At this time, we'd like to have the awards distribution for coaching. The category for this is the Trinidad and Tobago National Coaching Certification, which will be done by Miss Afisha Noel, one of our current national players. Let's hear it on the chat for her.
I am here to present the coaching certificate, and the names are Lincoln Charles, Kadish Jonathan Cloden, Aisha Collins, Jolicia Cooper, Sunil Balkan Denny, Steve Edwards, Candice Ellie, Vanessa Griffith, Amoy Jeffrey, Umsha King, Chantel Morris, Denise Rose, Abijah Robinson, Ayana Russell, Aricia Sandy, Desiree Frederick Thomas, and last but not least, Michelle Williams.
Let's continue to congratulate all the awardees for that particular category. In the midst of the pandemic, we know that there are so many things that we could be unhappy about, but there is still cause for celebration as we really and truly continue to applaud all those who continue to pursue different levels of certification in the netball sporting fraternity. We now go to the awards distribution for umpiring. And please allow me to just read the names of those who completed the America's Netball Legacy Award umpires training. Those who successfully completed the theory examination are Oprah Douglas, Amara Edgehill, Tanika Griffith, Ashel Legol, Shania Morgan, Diane Pascal, Sharice Richards, Mariah Rodriguez, Aricia Sandy, and Miss Gabrielle Toussaint. Once again, we applaud them and we urge you, please continue to encourage our young ladies as they continue to strive for excellence in the netball sporting fraternity. We continue with our national umpiring preliminary and intermediate level and the technical officiating certification. And these names will be read by two of our current national players, and they are Anicia Batiste and Miss Khalifa McCollin. Let's hear it for them, encourage them once more.
Certificate of Achievement for Successful Completion of the Preliminary Level Umpire's Theoretical Examination. Akima Estrada, Oprah Douglas. Certificate of Achievement for Successful Completion of the Technical Officiating Scoring Exam. Adana Job, Odette John Duncan. Certification of Achievement for the Successful Completion of the Preliminary Level Theoretical and Technical Officiating Scoring Exam. Chantel Morris, Cherika John, Shanice C. Mungle, and Maya Richards.
Awards distribution for Trinidad and Tobago National Umpiring Preliminary Level and the Technical Officiating Scoring Certification 2021. First up, Certificate of Participation for Attendance at the Umpiring and Technical Officiating Scoring Workshop. Christina Alexis, Rashida Ali Duki, Samantha James Lewis, Kathianne Mason, Afisha Noel, Shaquanda Green Noel, Chantel Simongal, Lisa Stanislaus, Afia Vincent, Cheyenne Williams, and Ebony Williams.
We see that there has been a very long list of names, and we see that people are not just settled for playing. They seek to edify themselves by doing coaching, certificates, and by participating in courses that will only augur well for the smooth running of the netball leagues that we have in Trinidad and Tobago. We now want to invite you to just sit back and view this video clip of our last tri-series in Jamaica with our senior national team. Look, sit back, relax, I trust you would have had your popcorn and all of that because I know you're in the comfort of your homes. So please, just enjoy these clips as we applaud our national players. Indeed, that was entertaining. I trust that we enjoyed it. I trust we will continue to encourage our sporting personalities, our national players, as they continue to give of themselves in the midst of the pandemic to what the sport of netball. Soon we will be back to actual physical spaces and not just virtual awards, and we do look forward to that. Moving right along, awards distribution continues. We'd like now to acknowledge persons who completed the America's Netball Governance. All these seminars were done by webinar, and people are still anxious and pleased and willing to commit their time to these events. So we now have some certificates of achievement that we'd like to acknowledge. Our very own Tt President, Ms. Sherry Ann Blackburn, Gerald Dionarine, Ngozi Izenwaka, Carice Fonset, Vanessa Ford, Lisselle Johnson, Giovanni John Keith, Deborah Maloney, Kathy-Ann Mason, Chantel Morris, Diane Pascal, Sharice Richards, Mariah Rodriguez, and Miss Carissa Scott. There are a few who also got certificate of participation, and they are Akima Estrada, Janelle Williams Campbell, Yosand Figaro, Leslie Ann Barkley Morgan, and Shania Morgan. Let's hear it for them as we continue to congratulate them. Please make comments, go on the live, log in, applaud, make your comments, encourage as we continue to press on and push forward. At this point, we'd like to introduce an item from a panelist. We know no program is complete unless we have our national instrument represented on the platform. So we'd like to invite Ms. Tanika Griffith, who had learned to play the pan at the tender age of 8. She quickly fell in love with the instrument and has played throughout primary school, making her first panorama debut in the year 2008 at only 11 years of age. She has played tenor with a single pan band by the name of Self-Help Marines based in Point Fortin, and she has continued playing for panorama all throughout secondary school and even during her studies at UWI. She has played with quite a number of bands across Trinidad, including NGC Labrie Nightingales, Tornado Steel Orchestra, Starland Steel Orchestra, Pfizer Badford, to name a few. She is certified in grades 1 to 3 piano music theory by Trinity College London. She now uses her knowledge of the steel pan and music theory to market herself as a professional musician and currently offers steel pan music lessons with Soaring High Performing Arts. So let's welcome Ms. Tanika Griffith as she performs the rendition of When We Believe. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's hear it from Mr. Nika Griffith. What an awesome rendition. Don't we just love our national instrument? Continue to send in all your comments on the chat so that we can all be encouraged, okay? Now for our special awards. This segment, I know we have been sitting on the edges of our seats awaiting. So we'd first like to begin with the TTNA's Coaching Award. This award has been bestowed upon an individual for outstanding coaching achievements, one who has seen through team performances under his or her purview. We now have the TTNA Managers Award. This award has also been bestowed upon an individual who has been a member of the technical staff and has executed his or her duty with distinction. The TTNA Community Award. This has been bestowed upon the individual who has shown great involvement in the sport of netball on a community level. This person has also displayed characteristics that promote camaraderie and communal living through the sport of netball. We now have the specifically named awards, and we'd like to begin with the TTNA Brenda Princess Umpire Award. Brenda's netball career has spanned over 50 years, initially as a player and then as an administrator and technical official at all levels, both locally and internationally. Brenda has been honored for her service at all levels of the sport, locally, regionally, and internationally, and in 2011 received the prestigious INF Service Award. She also holds an award for the International Olympic Committee, who honored her for her remarkable contribution to the development of sport and Olympism. She holds a bachelor's degree and honors from the University of the West Indies in Augustine campus and a Master of Science degree from Springfield College, Massachusetts. She's a management consultant by profession and a certified mediator of Trinidad and Tobago. So this award, that is named after Miss Prince, is bestowed upon an individual who has performed with distinction in the role of umpiring. This individual has contributed to the netball fraternity on all levels, national, regional, and international. We now go to our TTNA Lystra Lewis Administrative Award. Lystra Lewis is indeed a household name. Trinidad netball was greatly influenced by Miss Lystra Lewis. Her career started as a youth in high school. Miss Lewis played for Tranquility Secondary School in netball and later played club netball for Malvern Sports Club from 1940 to mid-1950s. Her love for the sport was the basis for the start of her coaching career. She was a stalwart for the many clinics and the seminars in many of the Caribbean islands. She also promoted the sport in the West Indies in 1945 and was the secretary-treasurer of the Port of Spain Netball League and coached the Trinidad and Tobago national team for the first time in 1952. She was a member of the West Indies Netball Board of Control when it was formed in 1954 and was the lone West Indian representative at the 1960 World Netball Conference in Ceylon, Sri Lanka, where the International Federation of Netball Association was established. She received a scholarship from the British Council and left Trinidad to study physical education at Bedford College. She later became the West Indian to be appointed to the All-English panel of umpires. She returned to Trinidad in 1961 to coach the national team and to introduce netball to primary and secondary schools. In 1962, she was the driving force behind the erection of the first official netball court in Trinidad at the Princess Building grounds in Port of Spain. Miss Lewis founded the West Indies Netball Association in 1963 and coached the national team at the inaugural World Netball Championships in 1963. She assisted in the formation of the Caribbean Netball Association in 1974 and served as an executive member of the International Federation Netball Association. So this award is bestowed to the individual who holds an administrative position and who has performed exceptionally in such a position. And now on to the TTNA Jean Pierre's Athlete Award. Another household name. If someone tells you you can shoot like Jean Pierre, you know you have achieved something. This is a person whose dedication to the sport saw her name right across the Caribbean islands. Trinidad and Tobago netball came to world prominence in 1979 when Trinidad and Tobago were tied for first place in the World Championship. One of the players who played on the team was a magnificent player named Eugenia Theodosia Pierre. Jean Pierre, as she's more commonly called, was born March 26, 1944 in Fyzabad, Trinidad. She passed on in 2002, and indeed it was a sad occasion. She had a long battle with colon cancer in the Cayman Islands, where she also worked as a coach. She was an outstanding netball player who played on the highly decorated 1979 Trinidad and Tobago national team that shared the World Championship with Australia and New Zealand. She later became a government sports minister in Trinidad from 1991 to 1995. In recognition of her contributions to netball in Trinidad and Tobago, the Jean Pierre Sports Complex in Port of Spain was named after her. So this award is bestowed upon the individual who has shown tremendous growth and improvement in the sport of netball. This individual has also showcased great skill when executing her role on the field of play. And the final award on our special awards list this evening is the Martha Archer Long Service and Meritorious Award. Miss Martha Archer, unfortunately, passed away last November, and it was definitely a loss to the netball fraternity and to her comrades and friends of the Tobago Netball League. Miss Martha Archer began playing netball at the age of 9 in Tobago. She was a defender to be reckoned with. She was firm in her resolve to carry on the game at every level. Miss Archer was a recipient of the Tobago Silver Medal and also the Hummingbird Gold in Trinidad and Tobago, which is one of our high achievement awards. She was the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association from 1999 to 2003, and then 2005 to 2007. She was also the president of the Tobago League from 1999 to 2003 and 2007 to 2013. She was also the secretary-treasurer of Tobago League from 1978 to 1998. Despite not having an official role on the executive of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, Ms. Archer's contribution was invaluable, as she also committed in a serious capacity to the America's Netball Association. She also contributed on the international level to no degree lesser than what she would want to ask anyone to give. So at this time, we'd like to advise what the criteria for this award was. This was bestowed upon an individual who has been involved in the sport in any capacity for over 20 years and has executed his or her duties with great pride and merit. So let's hear it one more time for all the recipients of these special awards. Indeed, it is something to celebrate. Indeed, it is something for us to continue to applaud and for us to continue to give our full support to these players who do not seek just to play, but who decided that I would like to contribute my skill, my talents, and my giftings to the netball sporting fraternity. So let's hear it once more for all the awardees this evening. We thank you for all your comments, all the encouragement, all the emojis that have been sent online to the netballers. They will indeed be encouraged by them also. At this time, we'd like to invite again our national player, Miss Anicia Batiste, to move a vote of thanks.
A pleasant evening to everyone. The act of giving thanks is considered to be the highest form of thought, So this evening, on behalf of the Trinidad and Tobago Netball Association, I, Anicia Batiste, would like to take this opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude to all who attended this ceremony and all would have contributed in any way to its success. It will be remiss of me if we do not express our deepest gratitude to the Minister of Sport, the Honourable Shamfa Kudjo, for her commitment, especially to netball and also to our Director of Sport. We extend our gratitude to the Awards Committee, which dedicated their time, knowledge and resources to ensure the success of this event in this virtual sphere, which undoubtedly brings with it many unique challenges. We also recognize the President of the TTNA, Ms. Sherry-Ann Blackburn, and the executive who provided the Awards Committee with guidance in order to bring this ceremony to be a success. To all the individuals and the corporate entities who sponsored tokens and provided entertainment, the TTNA extends our heartfelt appreciation. Saying thank you will not be complete if we do not recognize the umpiring and technical officiating committee and also to Mrs. Judith Ann Robertson-Daniel, who facilitated the coaching courses. To America's Netball, we are thankful for the courses in umpiring, coaching and governance, which add to the growth and development of the sport. We thank the media and the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago, without whose support we would not have been able to achieve most of our goals. To the national netballers who represent Trinidad and Tobago with the heart of warriors, the TTNA says thank you. Thank you for giving us reason to hope, to dream, to fight, and to keep going. And last, but definitely not least, to the supporters of the sport of netball, those developing young athletes, those who fill the stands, those who tune in online to watch international games, those who offer advice and words of encouragement. You keep us motivated, and for this, the TTNA thanks you as we believe for it. A safe and productive New Year 2022 to all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and remember, we are reclaiming the game.
We trust that today's service award really encouraged you. We trust that you enjoyed it. And as a result, we'd like to close off once more with Miss Victoria Griffith, who is going to sing the song for us, which is our theme for the awards and going forward, Believe for It. Continue to send your greetings, your comments, and your encouragement on the chat. Feel free to also share the live, continue to share the live to each one that you know. Thank you once again.